Does the Bible have anything to do with black people? Is the Bible a book brought by colonizers to Africa? Did Europe write the Bible? European scholars able and capable of understanding the things that are written in the Bible? These are questions that have been raised in a number of forums, and many answers have been given, and some of the answers have actually caused people to become atheistic and say, "Oh, don't throw away the Bible." Just want to highlight a few things here before I proceed. When I say the Bible here, I'm just using the Old Testament, specifically the first 5 books and the prophets and the wisdom writings. I'm not referencing specifically the New Testament, because the New Testament is known as the Greek scriptures. It was written for the Greeks and it is by the Greeks. So we are not actually going to say anything in this post concerning the New Testament, because it has nothing to do with what we want to endeavor to do today. So we are looking at the facts of those that say, let's throw away the Bible because it is a European book or it is a European history. I want to admit and accept that there was a time when my pendulum swung that way. But when I say, okay, before I throw this, let me read this Bible and look at it. Of course, reading it in English is completely different from Hebrew or Yiddish. So I found that there is only one continent that has been named in the Bible. There are not 2 continents, not 3. There's only one land mass that has been named in the Bible, and it happens to be Black Land, or so-called Africa. The following scriptural references define geographically the land of Africa, the domain land of the Hebrew culture, and the early everything recorded in the Hebrew scriptures revolves around this land. So if you go to Genesis 2, verse 10 and 14, it says, a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from that it was parted and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pishon, that is which encompasses the whole land of Havilah, or Chavila, or Chavira, or Mavirira. That's putting it in the original Hebrew language. Havilah, sunset, Havilah, or boiling waters. So it goes on and saying, there is gold. The gold of that land is good. There is also bdellium and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Jihor. The same is that encompasses the whole land of Ethiopia. That's Kush. That's Southern Africa and all the other lands associated with beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is the Hadgel, that which goes toward the east of Assyria. That's Africa again. And the fourth river is the Euphrates. That's Africa again. So these 4 rivers, the rivers of the Nile and associated rivers of the Nile, which are found in Africa, the Niger River, the Congo River, the Kasambavezi, brackets Zambezi, the Ngulugudela, and the Nile. All these 4 rivers are the ones that are spoken of here. The land of the Hebrew culture, which is Black Africa, is given here from the south, where it is found that there is a lot of gold. When you look at the map of Africa, where do you find a lot of gold? You find a lot of gold approximately from the South Africa, further south in South Africa, through Zimbabwe, Congo, right up to Ghana. Therefore, the first description of the land in the Hebrew scripture is Africa, meaning the whole Hebrew culture centers around Africa and not Greece, not Rome, nor any other land. And the logic is that at that time when the people wrote this, people were interested in writing about themselves than addressing other people or third parties. So the culture and the geography given in Genesis completely puts Genesis' story in the book in Africa, not elsewhere. So there is no way that the people of Mexico would write about their culture, spirituality, and history on a Tibetan land if they had no link to Tibet. There is no argument here about the mineral riches bound by this region. The first river is therefore any of these rivers, the Orange, the Vembe, or Limpopo, Kasambabes or Zambezi, or the Congo rivers. The second river is the Nile, which was split by the northern translated into the Blue and White Nile. It's just one river, not two. Those are not two rivers. Forget about the scholars that tell you that there are two Niles. So the first river system, these are river systems. It's not a specific river, because when you look at the geography, it gives you a river system. So the original river system is the Orange River in South Africa, the Limpopo River, the Zambezi River, Kasambabezi, and the Niger River. These are the rivers that are concerned with, and then the Nile. So it gives you clearly, quite clearly, without any doubt, these things. Because the second river is Nile, which was split by the northern Transylvania to the Blue and White Nile. Where is the gold and any other minerals along the Nile? None. You don't find anything like that. So the river system named here is what shown you. And then when we look at this, and we find that the precision mineral technology and extraction of these minerals is found amongst the Bantu. From their history, we know that they were the smelters, the original smelters and iron makers, and they worked with gold and many minerals. The third river is the Hiteke, and the fourth river is the Euphrates. The four rivers flow and water the land of Africa, the land of the black people. This is Eden, you see, and within Eden, that's where you find the Garden of Eden. The Hebrew, exploring further south, found this continent and were able to write about it. And then any other changes that we might read and find comes from interpretation, comes from biased and racial interpretation. So we have seen that we cannot throw away the Bible, because within it survives the remnants of ancient knowledge of four river systems. And the four river systems that I have already explained are found in Southern Africa and West Africa. And then the Nile, and then the two rivers, Tigris and Euphrates. And these are all found within Africa. And Africa is from the Cape Town right up to Hindu Kush, including India. And our northeastern boundary is with the Mongolia and China. And our northern boundary is with the European or Eurasia states. And this is where we find the Bible explaining. It does not speak of any other continent at all. So the entire African continent is like a garden with evergreen forest, good soil of high fertility, good rains that can support very high natural yields associated with a garden. The North have misconceptualized Eden as a point or area somewhere in Iraq, not remembering that the four rivers that are mentioned are actually found in Africa. The level of mineral wealth obtaining on the African continent is to an extent that the gold, the diamond, the coal, and many other minerals literally occur on the surface. And there was no need of digging them up. They were just found on the surface. Sunshine is also abundant in Africa and is the most undervalued natural resource, for the reason that sunshine is scientifically the source of food, the source of air to breathe, the source of water, a green habitat and life. There are no superlatives from existing words for the existing languages to describe fully the extent of beauty of Africa. Africa is the most beautiful continent. The rains are natural, which makes farming cheaper. The Bantus have belief. They work on the land, they produce and present quantities of natural food and huge economies with strong currencies. They have no target for this. So the global population puts strain on the planet. The future belongs to those nations endowed with the natural resources. So the future belongs to Black Africa. Now, the fact that Europe's combined top 10 countries, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg, is about 2.2 million square kilometers in area with a GDP of $14.4 billion as of 2014. These are smaller than the Democratic Republic of Congo alone, which is about 2.3 million square kilometers in area, with a GDP of 18.5 billion as of 2014. So in land resources, Africa is endowed with the riches. That's why the Garden of Eden is found in Africa. So this is the first stage and the first step in proving that we should not throw away the Bible, but we should study and live it and look at it. Thank you very much.